The mission of Skookum Kids is to eliminate the pain points that make life unnecessarily difficult for foster parents and social workers. It is hard to be a foster parent. It is hard, and a social worker. It's hard to do both of those jobs. And it is hard in a bunch of ways that it will just always be hard. It's just always going to be difficult work. When kids come into foster care, there's a set of things that they are, frequently they're afraid will happen. You know, they're afraid foster parents are mean. They're afraid that foster care as an institution is scary. A lot of those fears are based on the lies that have been told to them by adults who are trying to manipulate them or scare them. And part of our honor is to correct some of those misperceptions, to, I guess, redefine for children what foster care is and recalibrate their expectation about what the next few months of their life is going to be like. The fundamental problem with foster care in our area and many other places is that it is too much work being done by too few people. We have a very well thought out system. That's not the reputation it gets, but it's a very well thought out system. The problem is it is under-resourced, and so the people involved in it are overtaxed. And what happens is the same thing that always happens when there's too much work done by too few people. Some of the work goes undone, or all of the work gets done poorly. And when we're talking about kids, either of those outcomes is unacceptable. So our solution is, let's take care of the people who have given their heart and soul to doing this work by doing what amateurs can. Let's do what we can do on the edges to make the life of those folks easier. We want to care for the caregivers so that they can be free to give themselves fully to the work that they love. Skookum operates 3 major programs. The first one, the one we're most known for, is called Skookum House. And at Skookum House, we take care of kids who are brand new to foster care. So kids who are coming from an unsafe situation somewhere in Western Washington come and stay with us, spend about a week with us. And we don't do anything like razzle-dazzle fancy with them, honestly. We just take great care of them. We get them to see a doctor, get them new clothes, books, toys, shoes, things that a lot of these kids have never had before, but many of our kids would take for granted. We just make sure they're safe and well cared for. Most importantly, we make sure they have the undivided attention of 2 safe, healthy adults at all times. And the impact this has system-wide is it buys enough time for their social worker to locate a foster home that matches the needs of the children well. So rather than in an emergency, the social worker looking for whoever's the first foster parent that will answer the phone, instead they've got a week to work to locate the right home that is uniquely equipped and eager to care for that particular child. So that's Skookum House. We also help families who want to become foster parents to navigate the licensing process, which that can be very scary and intimidating for a lot of families, and we do our best to make it painless. And then we have a whole suite of things we do called supporting programs, where we support and encourage families who are answering the call to care for kids in foster care. We say we want to make foster care feel like a small town, where for a child, everyone knows their name and everyone is safe.